and welcome to episode 46 of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. You can find me on Ravelry as MonaLee81. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Rome_Raven. I also have a blog, butimknitting.blogspot.ca. One of these days I'll surprise myself and actually remember it off the top of my head. And I have an Etsy shop called Love Rome Yarns. So today I've got quite a few stuff. I actually managed to work on well, not all of my projects, but on a good amount of them for the week. I'm actually quite proud. And also I pulled out my hair and it feels so much better. I love this. So, okay. So let's get on with what I'm knitting. So this week, I got 1, 2, 3, I think 4. 4? Yeah, 4 sounds about right. If it's more than that, then, well, we'll see it when we get to it. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is my Find Your Fade shawl. One moment. Should have untangled this better. Okay. So I'm still making progress. I am still on the lacy section. I just started it last time I showed it to you. And now I'm got to think about one more lace repeat before then I get to start into the color melting. So there's where I am. The bottom pink stitch marker is where I was last week, and the top one is where I am this week. Yep, still liking it, still making progress on it. Still got a ways to go. That's pretty much it. So this is color 5 out of 7. I still may stop at 6. I'm not sure. I have not made up my mind yet. My yarn is becoming a hot mess. I don't understand what went wrong with this one, but you know what? It's not tangled to the point that I can't deal with it. It's just annoying is the best way to say it. So put you off to the side. Next. Let's do, yes, this one. And here I have my doodler shawl from the Christy Glass Knits Knit Along, Sunday Knit Along. The pattern, of course, actually, Find Your Fade. That's by Andrea Mowry. The Doodler Shawl is by Stephen West. It was not last year, but the year before last, Mystery Knit Along. So, I finished with section 2, which in and of itself is quite amazing because I was not doing well on Sunday. But I still managed to get up, and I just said at the very least I want to finish section 2, and I did. So I still have not changed the stitch marker to something else but a pink one, but So last week I was about there, and I managed to finish it off. So now the edge needs to be done. That's the next thing that I will start next weekend on Sunday coming up. Yeah, I love it. It looks great. It's actually smaller than I thought it would be, but I assume that once I gets blocked that it will seem to get a lot bigger, or that extra portion at section 3 it really makes it much bigger. It's going to be my next assumption. But I'm loving it. So I'm getting ready to put on my next color so I can take this off. Put this at the end. Yeah, so on Sunday I will start with section 3, which is going to be with my new skein, my new color, well, not new color, but third color that I haven't actually touched yet. So I'm excited, and I'm actually surprised with how much yarn I have left. I've got like this much. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Did I put it in my blanket? I can't remember if I did. If I haven't, then I'm going to put it in my blanket, and I'll probably put it with my next one of my other projects that I'm working on as well. So that's project number 3. Project number 4. Grandpa's shawl. I kept calling it a shawl last week. It's not a shawl. It's a cardigan. So this is the Elwood cardigan by Jenny Weeb, I believe. Yes, Jenny Weeb. I didn't do as much progress as I had hoped, but I made progress. So that's all that matters. So, really? That's it? Wow, I thought I had gone further than that. Okay, so this is where I am. Where the macaroon is, that's where I was before. And I managed to do like 2 rows. I thought I had done more. I thought I was much further up, but it's okay. I'll definitely be working on it on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday is my usual day to work on it when I go to my other knitting circle. So that's what I'll be working on Thursday. So I'm using Karen Simply Soft, right? Yeah, Karen Simply Soft in the off-white colorway. It's making slow progress. I'll hope to get more of that done this week. Okay. And last project, I believe. Oh, I forgot to put this back. Sorry. The bag that it's currently being housed in is one from Pre-Tangled Skein. It's a Japanese knot bag. She had made it for me maybe a couple years ago. Yeah. Love it. Okay. And my next project, my scrappy socks. I'm actually quite pleased with how this is working out. So, where's the other sock? Yeah, there it is. So last week I had cast on very little cast on the cuff. I forgot to put a stitch marker on it, but it was only like a couple rows in. So I finished the cuff. I did my first color repeat. If you can see, can you see? I did my first color repeat and I started in on my my second. On the second sock, I'm still attached to the ball, but I finished the first color for that one as well. So far they are matching up quite nicely. It's a 64 stitch vanilla sock, you know, and then maybe about, I think I did 20 rows for the ribbing, and like 2x2 ribbing, and then it's probably going to be like 10 rows of each color. Yeah, seems about right. Probably 10 rows of each color going up. My only question is, how long is it going to be for the foot? That's my only question, and that's mostly due to the fact that what happens if it's not like a nice even 10? Will it look weird? Will I have to finish it early and make the toe longer? I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, worry about that when we get closer to it. I've got a long way to go before I make it there. So that's pretty much it for knitting. Although I am contemplating, should I do the blanket? Honestly, I didn't do much for the blanket. I just did a couple squares this week. I was supposed to do it on Monday and Tuesday, and honestly on Monday I didn't really do much of anything other than I think towards the evening, you know, no, actually I didn't do any. I cast it on the second sock for my scrappy socks. That's pretty much all that I really did. So I guess I'll just show off my little bit that I have for this. Well, I try not to lose needles as they fly all over the place. Okay. Oh, that doesn't need to be there anymore. Okay. Yeah, I only added on 2 squares. So this one was from my Hermione's Everyday Socks that I did earlier on in the year. The yarn from Magic Teddy. And then this one is from my Fox Socks. Yeah, that's what I did for it. That is pretty much it for what I've done for this. I was planning on doing more, but I just was not up to it this week. The only thing I worked consistently on Sunday was with the oh gosh, my memory is so shoddy today. I worked consistently on Sunday with my doodler shawl and then the socks. I haven't really picked up much of anything. But I did do a little bit of everything on all of them, so I guess it's progress. I think I'm going to keep this week's episode pretty short, mostly due to the fact that I don't know, I don't have much to talk about this week. So I'm going to leave it at that, and hope to see you again next week. Thank you for spending your crafting time and watching my podcast, and I'm glad for your company. So that's everything for today. Bye!